Happy Monday and happy solstice. It's the 21st of December 2021. It's also Yule, Ribbon Candy Day, and National Short Story Day. Also, it's Humbug Day. Bah! This might be our last show until next week. Maybe. I'll get to another show out Wednesday, maybe. But if I don't, that's Festivus, and I have so many grievances to air that it's really going to be a struggle to not air them all the time. Today's top news story is Treason. 'Tis the season, after all. And our commander-in-chief has speculated with convicted felon and former General Michael Flynn to redo, quote-unquote, the election with military force. Apparently, Control Y was not an option. The president claims it is fake news, this conspiring, but of course he's claimed a lot of things are fake news, like the coronavirus itself, and reports that he has children named Eric and Donald Jr. A bipartisan stimulus bill was reached that includes money for, among other things, unemployed people, vaccine development, and a direct payment to taxpayers. For a sample what the stimulus might offer you, check your couch for loose change. If you have no money because you already checked your couch for loose change to pay your bills, the $600 probably isn't going to help you too much. Treasury Secretary, a man who looks more British and yet less charming than John Oliver, Steve Mnuchin, says the checks may start arriving next week. There's also the possibility for more help for small business, including churches. A specific note, Joel Osteen's Houston Lakewood Church received $4.4 million in the Paycheck Protection Program loans. The PPP is for salaries of small businesses, of which the church can be considered until you realize it's a non-profit organization, except that I also mean non-profit, or something similarly clever. Now, Joel Osteen does not receive a paycheck from the church, but he doesn't need to. He's worth an estimated $40 million, I'm sure some of which could have been donated tax-free to his church in this hard time. Of course, if he did collect a salary, that would be subject to another tax, like any other employee. And you can't be rendering unto Caesar what Caesar's, can you? Not in this economy. Also in Caesar news, our dear leader has architecture opinions. President, a very classy person, Donald Trump, has declared that all government-built buildings must be beautiful. Given the nature of that phrasing, beautiful is so vague that it really means nothing, which means it fits right in with Trump's actual aesthetic. In slightly good news, Saudi Arabia has started editing its textbooks, mostly to remove calls for non-believers to be executed. Instead, merely says they'll be condemned to hell for all eternity, which is also what we do in the U.S. So, I mean, that's fair. Very fair. In entertainment news, legendary comic and comedy writer John Mulaney entered rehab for cocaine and alcohol abuse. I hope he gets the help he needs and that someone in group tells him that the Sack Lunch Bunch was a good idea with some very funny bits, but it was uneven as a whole. And that was the news at Gen for Monday, December 21st, 2020. I don't know if I'll have a show on Wednesday. Of course, I've already mentioned that. But for sure, I'll be off Friday. And I'll see you next week at the latest. Happy holidays if you celebrate. Happy any other day if you don't. I hope everything is cool for you. And I thank you so much for my patrons and my subscribers. I'm still hoping to get to 200 subs before New Year's. I know that's 31 more subs. And I know it's a bit of a stretch. But I hope you can help me out by subscribing with your other email addresses or telling a friend. I hope so. Anyway, so thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And remember, I love you.